Alright, so I did my speech on Tupac Shakur. I just have some notes that I'm going to be putting um, right up front there, so I'll get started. Death is not the greatest loss in life. The greatest loss is what dies inside while still alive. Never surrender. So this is a quote from Tupac, um, a legendary musician, artist, and poet. Tupac Shakur was known as a poet, actor, lyricist, producer, screenwriter, and a rapper. Um, to some, he was known as a revolutionary because he made such a cultural impact. And throughout his childhood, music and art interests, and gang life, Tupac made a significant cultural impact. So first, Tupac's childhood. Tupac was born in Harlem, New York in 1971. His mother struggled as a single mom. His father left when he was young, and his stepfather is involved in jail and gang life, and his mother struggled with poverty. So they had to move often, and they eventually moved to Baltimore, where Tupac enrolled in the prestige Baltimore School for the Arts, in which he really liked. He did a lot of poetry and acting there. However, before he could graduate, his family relocated to Oakland, California. So music, poetry, and acting. In California, Tupac joined Digital Underground, which was an Oakland-based rap group. He performed 2 albums in 1991 and also dropped an EP, which was very popular. As he became more and more popular, he started getting more money and more involved with gangs, and which wasn't always good, but he was also involved in a lot of poetry at the time. So rapping wasn't the only thing that he was involved in. He loved poetry. He was writing it obsessively, and he also appeared in films and the motion picture Juice and Poetic Justice. During this year, he continued to write poetry, like famous works including I Cried and The Rose That Grew from Concrete. Next is gang life. While on the streets of Oakland, Tupac drifted into the gang life. Tupac accumulated criminal activity with 8 arrests by the age of 20. His records were, however, dominating the charts at this time despite his criminal activity. He signed with Death Row Records, which was a very popular group. His acting was still popular. He appeared in 2 films. However, he was not able to see the success of those 2 films. On September 13th, 1996, Tupac died due to gunshot wounds he suffered in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. So Tupac passed away and after a boxing match in Las Vegas. So to this day, Tupac Shakur still remains one of the most influential rappers of our time. Tupac Shakur, even though he faded from light to dark, from beautiful poetry to darker rapping, and from gang life to acting, he was still a very influential person, and that's Tupac Shakur.